Yeah, we'll get going. So I'll call this meeting of the Historic District Commission at 7 p.m. on Tuesday, August 3rd. And I don't think I have to appoint anyone.
All the way up.
So we have everyone. So Todd, if you want to read the call.
I got to read that preamble thing we got to do first.
Oh yeah, Peter's got to go first.
Yeah.
All right, so this meeting of the Historic District Commission will take place in a webinar format through Zoom. The chair of the
I
commission.
don't know why I can't hear it.
The host of the webinar is the building officials. Staff attending this meeting include Peter Zavingos and Linda Galetta. Anyone speaking should state their names prior to speaking each time. The panelists in the webinar meeting will be the commission members and the building staff. Panelists who would like to comment on an item should indicate such by the icon to raise hand at the bottom of the screen. After a panelist raises their hand, they will be able to comment one at a time when called upon by the chairperson. Panelists should mute their microphones until called upon. Panelists calling into the meeting by telephone may raise or lower their hand by pressing *9. To mute or unmute your call, press *6. To make a motion or second a motion, commission members can raise a hand to be acknowledged by the host or chair. To vote on a motion, commission members will be called upon individually by the chair to vote. The public can participate in the meeting during the public communications agenda item. The public will be asked to raise their hand during public communications if they want to speak at this time by using the icon to raise hand at the bottom of the screen. And the public will be called upon by the host one at a time and will be able to speak during this time. Attendees must identify themselves before speaking. It's all yours.
Todd, do you want to read the call?
Yes, as soon as it. Here it comes. Dear Matt, please publish the following public notice for one insertion on Monday, July 26, 2021. Town of Groton notice of public hearing, Historic District Commission. The Historic District Commission will hold a public hearing on Tuesday, August 3, 2021 at 7 p.m. virtually via the Zoom platform to hear the following applications requesting a certificate of appropriateness. HDC 21-41, 15 Library Street. Peter Hurd, owner applicant. Restore porch and add deck. PIN number 2619183015338. HCC 21-42, 13 New London Road. Robin Spencer, owner applicant. Picket fence. PIN number 2619182092121. HCC 21-43, 32 Water Street. Lulu Realty LLC owner. Allison Nason applicant. Signage. PIN number 2618063955536. A Zoom meeting link will be posted to the town's website meetings calendar or can be attended by visiting www.zoom.us. Webinar ID 892-839-63230, password 504689, or by phone 1312-626-6799. Access to electronic equipment at Town Hall Annex for purposes of attending, participating in the meeting shall be provided to any member of the public who provides a written request to the Office of Planning and Development not less than 24 hours prior to the meeting. Applications are on file and available for public inspection during normal business hours at the Planning Department, 134 Groton Long Point Road, Groton, Connecticut, dated this 26th day of July, 2021 at Groton, Connecticut. Todd Brady, Secretary.
All right, so we'll call HDC 21-41, 15 Library Street.
Hi, everyone. We talked about this project briefly about 4 weeks ago or so, and this is the restoration of the small porch that faces the Route 1 side. That's one part of the project. And then the other idea, part 2, is to add a deck with an access point from a bedroom on the second floor. And this is Pete Hurd from 15 Library, by the way.
So I think you have to tell us again.
Yeah, we'll go through. Next slide, if you would here, please. I think we're driving. Yeah, keep going. So this is the side of the house that faces Route 1, taken from just inside the fence. What we're talking about is this small porch to the right there. And what we need to do is to restore that. There was more rot in it than we had thought originally. And then the second part again is to add a doorway, a 15 light door up above that deck there, and put a railing up there, and it'll be a small 8x8 or so second story deck. Again, that's the plot porch location. And that's the current condition of the porch now. You see the stairs are rotted. The underpinnings are, you know, not horrible, but not right. What we really want to do is to just fix the whole thing while we're in there. The materials are at the end. So the second story idea, it's approximately 10 feet to that first gutter line there. And then to the first roof line on that bump out, it's about another 5 feet or so. And then all the way up to the second story on the right, it's about another 10 feet from the roof of the porch to that soffit there. I photoshopped in a door on the left there and the railing. That's the exact same door that we're using on the porch that was approved before. So it's a Marvin 15 light window, and you'd see where it would be installed there on the right picture. And again, photoshopped the railing looking from, you know, down at the monument looking up, and you can see once all the siding's on, the railing will be, you know, pretty hidden. Again, you know, just kind of some views from the street from Route 1, and then standing on that porch, that would be a view, you know, down the street and then over to mouth of the river. Materials would be a Marvin 15 light, 15 divided light door, Ipe tongue and groove porch decking for both the lower and the upper. And then the railing is an Intex product. We chose that for its look. It has a very low sheen to it. Looks as wood-like as any product I've seen to date. And then the railing that we kind of like is that it has a aluminum interior, so you know, quite strong. Particularly for the second floor, we want that. So it's a plastic product over the next picture has a cutaway. I believe that's it.
I just want to say, what a very nice, thorough presentation.
Thanks. I appreciate it. I've learned from watching others, but the house is coming along very well. We're thinking it'll be done, you know, probably mid-October at this point. But you know, just I'm sorry I'm taking up your time with these projects, but as we get around to them, it just we think that's something where you can, you know, redo very easily. Ends up being, you know, a little bit more. So just want to take care of it now.
Else have any questions, comments?
No, it looks fine to me.
Yeah, likewise.
Excellent.
Thank you. Thank you, Peter. When can we expect to see you? 2 weeks from now?
Well, you know, I probably should have done this at the same time, but you might, because we have to probably put new railing on the big main porch, and I'm assuming that I have to get that approved. We would use the same exact things as the small porch, but we're probably going to put a new railing on that and maybe go the east day that way too. So yeah, you might see me again. Sorry.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Does anyone have anything to say in support of the application? Say against the application? All right, HDC 21-41 is closed. That's the next one. HDC 21-42, 13 New London Road.
Okay, how do I guess I have to share my slides. I'm Robin Spencer, 13 New London Road. Thank you for the time to share with you. Let me see. I cannot share while another participant is sharing. Okay. For me to, okay, now maybe. There we are. Let's see, excuse me a moment. That looks about right. Does that look okay? All
Was
right.
it submitted?
Yeah, well, let's go. So pretty straightforward here. Here's where we are. The proposal is pretty simple. We'd like to put up 2 sections of 3.5-foot tall natural cedar picket fencing as shown in an L shape. The 18-foot length running east to west would have a gate, and it replaces a 20-year-old wired dog fence. The purpose of this is basically we have 3 Labradors in the backyard, and of course we can't have them running around. The 42-foot length north to south follows the property line. My wife puts a fair bit of effort into a nice flower bed there, and occasionally our neighbor sees fit to reach over the line and cut things. I'm sorry, was there a comment?
No, you can keep going.
Okay, so that's it. It's just a picket fence. Here's the location, if you didn't already get it. New London Road off of Route 1. I think you can see where that is. Next. Here's the aspect from the street, showing, of course, Mystic Weekend parking. Our house is the red one, 13 New London Road. The fence is again on the far side, next to 19 Ashby, the next house down. A little Photoshop here on the left is the way it looks today from the street, eye level, standing on New London Road, looking south. Our house is the red house. Yellow arrows show there's nothing there today. On the right, I've photoshopped in fences at the positions of both yellow arrows. On the left, we have kind of a, what the one north-south and the property line would look like. I've enlarged the Photoshop in the back, down at the bottom right of the screen, as accurate as I can make the scale of what a 3.5-foot picket fence would look like from the street. Realize with the setback of the townland in front there, we're about 50 feet away from the street. Here's another little Photoshop job. Here we are looking a little more clearly at the north-south bit of fence between the neighbor and ourselves. On the left, as it is now, on the right, photoshopped in. Pretty self-explanatory, I think. Now, just by chance, we have a few pictures from the history of this house. But just by curious chance, we have a picture of Ella Wheeler Brown, probably about 1920, guessing by the shoes and the dress, and knowing we know the history of the people who owned and lived in this house. And we can tell that is in fact 19 Ashby behind her. You can't see, but if I showed you a picture in the wintertime, you'd see it matches the eaves and the shutters and so forth. So this is pretty much exactly where I've taken the modern picture on the right. On the modern picture on the right, I've photoshopped in the proposed 3.5-foot picket fence. Interesting, on the left, the old picture, as far as I can make out, it looks like there's a lattice fence there pretty much in the same location, which is just kind of interesting. I'm guessing it would have been maybe about 5 foot high. I don't know any more about it, but there's an old picture. Materials are pretty straightforward. Just 2 examples. The contractor we like to use tends to buy from Luther Fence, and Luther Fence buys from Eastern Wood Fence. It's a pretty straightforward item, very common around town. Alternative, very, very similar, is from Home Depot, shown at the bottom. All cedar natural. That's our proposal, folks. Thank you. Happy to take any questions.
Do you have a description of the posts?
I'm sorry, description of the what?
The posts that that are supporting the fence?
No, I don't. I'm open-minded. I was thinking about this and leaving perhaps the contractor. There is a historic stone, one of those Mystic granite block, low granite walls between the houses. And I certainly wouldn't want to move those, although they're on our property. And so if he had to sink, for example, if the contractor said, well, it's better for me to sink an iron pipe, perhaps, and strap to that would make sense to me. Or if he could put in, I'm not sure the sizes here, 4x4 is probably, pressure treated is probably too big. Maybe, is there a 3x3? I'm not sure. Something like that strikes me as reasonable for this. Sorry, that's all I know.
Well, it would seem to me the post that you're showing there from Home Depot, that's a 4x4 post.
Okay, I mean, I don't have strong feelings.
Yeah, well, I think that you're sort of gonna have to tell us what you're gonna use, but it would seem to me that you'd probably want to use cedar posts. At least that was what I think you'd want to use. Though you could use pressure treat, I mean, they'll gray out over time.
Yeah, they'll gray over time. If the contractor thought it best in the situation, would it be a problem with iron pipes, like maybe painted black or something, and just strapped to the to cedar uprights? They wouldn't be in other words, I'm guessing maybe the vertical posts aren't sunk in the grounds, and then cedar would be fine, of course, preferred, I agree. But what if we had cedar posts, 3x3 or 4x4, but then strapped on the backside so you couldn't see it to something like an iron pipe pounded into the ground? Because that would fit between the stones if need be.
Oh, you want to do the iron pipe because you've got the stones that you're sitting on.
Yeah, right. I'm guessing at that. I'm not sure.
I think you probably need to come back and tell us once you talk to the contractor.
Well, but what if we just said it'll be cedar and it'll be 4x4? And if he thinks that's okay to sink in the ground, so be it. If he thinks, well, I need to strap to a pipe, which will hide around the back, that's okay too.
You can also just drill out the bottom of the post. I've seen that done before. And then you just.
That's a good idea.
And thread the post on top of the.
Okay, that's a fine idea.
I just think a 4x4 cedar post would look.
Okay, why don't we we'll commit to a 4x4 cedar. And do it either, as you say, either strap if that.
I can't do that, you can come back.
Yeah, and if it doesn't
Right,
work.
if we can't do that, we'll come back. Yeah,
Okay.
either drill out the centers, makes sense, or yeah.
That's gonna be the best look, but it's, feasibility.
No, I hadn't thought of that. Okay. And capped, as you see, probably capped as you see on the Home Depot
Yeah.
picture there.
Anyone have anything else?
No, I'm good.
Yeah.
Anyone?
No, except for, I just want to comment on that. I looked closely at that historic picture and it looked like that lattice was up against the house next door, not as a fence. But-
I couldn't tell. That didn't make sense to me. And I know there's been a driveway there probably for a very long time.
It doesn't matter. I just,
Okay. Yeah, okay. I don't know.
it doesn't really matter.
Okay, fine. Thank you.
Does anyone from the audience have anything to say in support of the application? Or anyone from the audience have anything to say against the application? Okay, HDC 2142 is closed.
Thank you.
Thank you. HDC 2143-32 Water Street. Cam?
Yes, that would be me. Cam Bortz, representing Mystic Carb Spines for the Daniel Packer Inn. Are you able to hear me?
Yep.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, we are replacing the existing sign in front of the Daniel Packer Inn facing Water Street. The drawings for the sign were submitted electronically last week.
We saw this a couple weeks ago.
Yes, I brought it in for a preliminary 2 weeks ago.
I think we were missing that.
Missing what?
Well, when you came the last time, I don't think we had that.
No, we did not have that last time, and I have since then submitted those electronically. I sent those to the I forget who.
Okay, we got him.
Peter.
So do you want to
Yes.
kind of just walk us through it?
Yeah, what we're doing is a traditional English style tavern sign which has a single post supporting a square frame, and the sign hangs inside of the frame. So it swings from the top. The sign swings in the center there, but the posts, everything is supported by a single post in the center.
Is it roughly the same size as the existing one?
Actually, the sign itself is slightly smaller. The original sign was 4 feet by 5 feet. This one is 4 feet by 42 inches.
What's it swinging? Is that chain that's holding up the sign, or what is that?
No, it's just a quick link and an eye bolt. There are 2 metal straps that come up the back of the sign and attach to the links at the top.
So, and will it actually swing, or is it stationary?
Yeah, it will swing.
Okay.
It's meant to swing. It's meant to dump wind. But it's hinged. It can't flop around. It's not on chains.
Yeah, it's nice.
Out of curiosity, are you gonna paint both sides or just the one side?
Well, the back of it is painted black. It's a single-sided sign. The back of it faces the building, so it's not lettered.
And this is an accurate picture of what the actual lettering would look like?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Yeah, this is my file for creating the sign.
All right. Any other questions or comments? Everyone good? Todd, anything?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm good.
Good.
All right. Anyone in the audience have anything to say in support of this application? Anyone have anything to say against this application? All right. HTC 21-43 is closed. I guess that closes the public hearings. Is that right, Peter?
Yep.
All right, we're done with those. So we'll do consideration of public hearings. Start with HTC 21-41, 15 Library Street.
I make a motion to approve it.
Second.
Linda, do we have to do a roll call or can we just say aye and nay?
Sarah always does a roll call.
Yeah, so it's helpful to have a roll call just so I can capture the names and who seconded. I think it was Don seconding.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, okay.
Sure. All right, so first, second. Okay, so Brady,
Aye.
myself, Goodman, aye. Nault,
Aye.
Levinson,
Aye.
did it?
That's it.
Okay, sorry. First
That's it tonight.
time. All right,
Yeah, see you in a couple weeks. Thank you.
thank you. All right,
Appreciate it very much.
Thank you,
HTC
Peter.
21-42, 13 New London Road. This is the picket fence.
I make a motion to approve it.
I'll second. Brady,
Aye.
Goodman, myself, aye. Nault,
Aye.
Levinson.
Aye.
All right, HTC 21-42 is approved. HTC 21-43, 32 Water Street. This is the sign for Daniel Packer Inn.
I'll make a motion to approve it.
Second.
All right, Brady,
Aye.
Goodman, aye. Nault.
Aye.
Levinson.
Aye.
All right, HTC 21-43 is approved.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
So I guess we move to pre-applications.
Correct. If there's anyone in the audience now that has a pre-app that they'd like to submit, please raise a hand or start speaking. Oh, Charles Perini is looking to speak. If I butchered your name, I apologize. I'm asking you to unmute. There we go.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
I'm a little unclear about how to share the screen with you guys. I've sent in a number of drawings and plans and whatnot. I'll try to share it, but I'm an old guy and it's hard for me to figure out how to do these computer things.
This is for 102 School Street.
This is for 102 School Street.
I can actually pull that up if you want. I have it. I
Oh, good.
Yeah,
Good.
hold on a second. I'll try and help you out on this.
Yeah, thanks. I really tried to figure it out before the meeting and, you know, I got bogged down. Oh, good. Well, they're not in order, but I can kind of go through them one by one here if you want.
I'm gonna see if I can open it up.
There. First, let me start. I'm representing Sarah Dove, the owner of 102 School Street. She's an old friend of ours, and she asked me to help her get through the historic meeting process. This is the existing building. Let's see, do I make it large? No, I can't.
Peter can do it.
Yeah, can you do that one large, that first one?
Can you just tell us generally what it is that you're
Okay.
proposing?
Well, it'd be easier if I walked you through it.
Okay,
I have no control over this screen, so I can't do it for you. It's a building that was built in 1848. And there was an addition added to it, and we think the addition was put on probably in the 20s or the 30s from the look of the construction and whatnot. It was made out. The addition was a garage, a little portico thing, and a porch, and the whole addition has subsided into the ground about 8 to 10 inches. And we've tried to find the foundation, and there isn't any kind of stonework, but there's a lot of dark dirt. So we think that the addition was actually put on 8 by 8 or 10 by 10 cells, and they've disappeared. And so what's happened is that the porch and the garage and the little portico have all subsided into the ground, and they want to remove those parts. So are these numbered on your file?
Yeah, the way wherever you presented them, I'm going to go through one by one.
Okay. Well, if you want to, just start at the top and I'll describe each of the images.
Are you seeing the screen right now?
Yeah,
I can,
Yes.
I can see it, yeah.
it's
Okay,
got
everyone-
all the pictures up at the same time.
You don't have one picture just showing it?
No, we have up 12 pictures.
Oh, boy, hang on a second.
I really wish that I could have done this, but and do you have them numbered in your file?
Hang on a second, I'm trying to.
If you guys wanted to walk me through it, I might be able to share the screen with you, but
Can you bring this up? Do you have this on your computer right now or no?
I do, yes. But I've got all the little images, not a big one.
All right, so we got. Did that pop up for everyone or no?
No, we see your email.
Oh, it's popping up on my screen.
Let me see. Let me just
Having a affair with some hot chick that we could see in your.
let me see if I can't share. I'm going to push the share screen button and see what happens.
Yeah, do that.
Okay. Okay, well, none of those things are what I wanted to share. So what do I do?
If you press on share screen, you should see a box that shows you.
Well, I don't see.
You see the big green share screen button?
Yeah, I've pressed that and I've got a page that has everything except what I want on there.
Pete, you want to just email it to me and I'll share it?
You know, I emailed it to Linda and she has a file.
That's the file that I tried opening right there. So hang on a second.
Let's see here. Let me see if I can't do it this way. Now you've lost me, right?
No,
Now you're still there.
Okay, let's see here. Historic Commission.
Peter, why don't you email it to one of us?
That's what I'm doing right now. I'm going to email it to Eric.
Yeah, I'm not having any luck with that.
Eric's the youngest. Send it to him.
I don't know. That's going to help, but sure.
I don't know, Eric's getting some gray hair in there, I see.
Gonna say.
Still the youngest.
Join the crowd.
That's Mason. For some
Okay, well, I do apologize.
All right. As soon as I get it from
We
Peter.
could probably just go through them on the little screen if you guys can somehow see it.
Pete, did you send it to me?
Trying to find your email address in there.
ericspencergoodman@gmail.com.
There we go.
I only email you 20 times a day.
But not from my cell phone. Eric Spencer, what?
Goodman.
And in that house.
Man, you got a long email. All right.
Someone took all the other ones.
Eric Spencer Goodman at what? Gmail?
Gmail.com.
All right. All right, should have just forwarded it over to you.
Got it. All right.
Thanks for helping me with this.
Guess we'll just do this. Can you see that?
Yeah,
All right. I'm going to start with this one.
well, they should be numbered.
I got
Yeah.
it.
Okay, there's the house from the east face. And you can see the original house there with the L. And then that little building that's on the right with the little funny roof line is kind of a portico that was added on along with the porch, which you'll see in a minute. And by the way, while you're here, I don't know if you can see it, but that door is actually a 6/8 door, but you can see the bottom 8 inches of that door are underground. And when you open the door in, there's ground there. And so that entire building has subsided about 8 inches, maybe even more. Can you go to number 2?
That faces the Westminster Post Office.
That's right. That faces the Westminster Post Office, exactly. And incidentally, the card on the house says that it was built in 1880, but the historic marker says 1848. And considering the style of the house, I'm pretty certain that it was 1848. Now, that's number 2. And now you can see the garage, which was added to the original addition, which was the porch and this little portico thing. And you can see the garage is also subsided.
You know, it's strange when you say that they've subsided, Mr. Perini. It doesn't sort of make sense that it could subside that much and not be at a severe angle to the original part of the house that it's attached to.
We have some more photographs which will illustrate that
Okay.
later on. Yeah, these are just introductory photographs to show you the house as it is today. And there are some other photographs later on that will show you the actual subsidence, how it's subsided. You can go to the number 3. That's facing the Westminster Market. You can see the porch there on the right and how the porch went over to that little portico thing. You can actually see the angle, how that portico has dropped. And also the garage is kind of topsy-turvy. Any questions? Or do you want to go to the next one, number 4?
Don.
Next.
Just tell me when you're ready, so.
Yeah, this is the south-facing side of the house. I just added this to show you what the house looks like from that side. It has no bearing on what we want to do. All right, go to number 5. This is the card on the house. I just added that so that you guys have all the information on it. This is a plan, a plot plan of the lot. You can see the house there and the outline of the property line. And also this, we're not sure about this. On the application, I mentioned that they want to add a little garden shed as well as remove part of the house. And I've kind of put in that little rectangle is where they want to put the garden shed, but they're not really sure about that yet. And so my feeling is that we should probably wait until later to do that, but I wanted you guys to see what they had in mind. All right.
Yep.
Okay. There's the plan of the house. What I've outlined in red is what we want to remove. And what we're doing is we're leaving the original L, which is the 270 square foot rectangle. And also the little kitchen shed, which is on the west side of that, the 160 foot rectangle. We want to remove the 90 foot porch and the 460 foot portico and garage. We will be, what will be left is the original building plus the little kitchen shed on the west side, which might have been original to the building, we're not sure. In any case, the foundation of that building is good. Okay, this is the house as it's built today. You can go to the next one. This shows how much the building has actually settled into the ground, the part that we want to remove.
The same one?
Oh, are there 2 of those?
Yeah.
Yeah, I see. Okay. This is the proposal. Actually, this is kind of out of order. This is the proposal for after the portico and the garage are removed to tear off the existing porch and to build this new porch on that side,
Next to each
on the north side. We're going back and forth here.
Yeah, sorry. Let me get to the next one.
Yeah. Okay, that's the north side, and that shows how much the building has subsided. And that's really not an exaggeration. That's a pretty clear drawing. All right.
I think that's the same one. So
That's what we want to do after the garage and the little portico is removed and the old porch. We want to build a new porch that is basically the same style with the same trim and all of that, just on the end of that L. All right, now this one shows how the building has subsided. You can see the angle of that porch. and the angle of the roof on the porch, how it is, it used to be straight on that line and now it has gone down. You can't see so much on the garage because the entire garage has gone down about 8 inches. There's a close-up of that too. Yeah, there. That's pretty dramatic. And like I say, we've dug down to try to find the foundation of that part of the building, and we simply, there's nothing there. There's no stone, there's nothing, just dirt. We also feel that it's probably beyond repair to lift that building and to try to salvage that part of the building. And the truth is, it doesn't really match the style or anything of the house. So it seems to us that it would be a much better idea just to go ahead and remove it. You can see the angle. If you look at that baseboard there, you can see how that has dropped into the ground. That's a drawing of the little garden shed that they were thinking about doing, but like I say, they haven't decided on that yet. So I don't think we should probably move on that tonight, but I wanted you guys to understand what they had in mind. It's a big lot, and they wanted to find, if they're able to remove this part of the building, they wanted to live with that space for a while to decide where they wanted to put the garden shed, because the space will change after that part of the building is removed.
So just correct me if I understand it. It's this thing taken off, but you're leaving this.
Yeah.
Okay.
The original L is going to be left. And inside that building, there's an original door and I believe maybe another window. So I'm not sure about that. It's not in the drawing I did, but there is the original door facing east towards the little post office. So when this is removed, also the original trim, you can see the trim on that L at the there at the eave. That original trim is still on the building inside.
So I don't have anything. I would just say, make sure you bring a list of materials. If there are.
I've been in that house quite a few years ago, and it was in terrible shape then, but it makes sense that it's deteriorated because that is in the flood zone.
Well, and that might be part of the reason it's subsided as well. But we think it's pretty much beyond a repair or even replacement.
So I guess the only thing you're going to want to show us is, maybe you showed it in the earlier drawings, but once you remove these features, you're obviously going to put a porch on there. And the other issue is, I think you alluded to the fact that is there going to be a window or two exposed so that you're going to want to put in behind where that portico addition, as you're calling it, is?
Well, inside that building, and I don't have a photograph of it, but there's an original door that's still inside that building. They just added on, they didn't do anything to it. So there's a door there, and I'm not sure, there might be a window there, but I think they built some shelving or something in there. It was hard to see. It's kind of ramshackle in that building.
So I guess what I'm saying is if you come back for a public hearing, if in fact you intend to restore or leave that door in and or a window above, you want to show that in your drawing for what you want to do.
I think that's shown in the drawings. If you go back to one of those drawings of mine, I show that with the okay, that's the way it is now. That's how it's gone down.
That's the
way it is now.
Oh, I got to propose. Sorry. Here we go.
There.
Oh, okay.
Now you see the door there?
Yes.
That door is still there, and it has a little transom window over it. I'm not sure about the siding in that building. I think it's still there too. So the trim is still there. That kind of Greek Revival trim is still on the building inside. So I think when that portico is removed, basically that's the way it's going to look. There is no other window.
So that's a question of whether, are you gonna put a stair in there so that you can exit the house from that door?
Well, I would think so, but I really don't know. The idea is to find out what it's like. They don't want to come around that corner with the porch.
Yeah.
So my feeling is that they could either just have a little landing for that door and some steps down, or they could just keep the door shut.
But you're not gonna pass building codes if it drops, so.
Oh, you're right. You're right about that. So we'll have to put a landing there. I'll include that when we come back for the real meeting. I'll do another drawing and include that landing.
Or, I mean, depending on what's happening inside the house there, I mean, you probably could say, all right, I'm gonna take this door out and I'm gonna put a window.
Yeah, that's a possibility. And it'd probably be easier to leave it and build a landing and steps, quite frankly.
Yeah, that's really your choice.
So, that's probably the easiest thing to do, and to do it to code with railings and whatnot. The front door and that door basically match. And so we could do something along the lines of the front door too, just some simple steps and a rail.
Okay. Good.
Let's see, is there anything else? Well, no. If you guys, I would encourage you all to go over and walk around the building if you have any, if you want to see it for real. It's pretty dramatic. And it should have been torn down years ago, really. But
I'm surprised it hasn't pulled away from the house. The original-
isn't it interesting? I think what they've done is over the years, they've just kind of kept it together. And coming off that porch, you have to hold on. It's the angle is so severe.
This was the original.
I'm sorry?
This was the original Greek Revival, and it looks much better without that, so.
Yeah, I agree. And I think that's the whole idea. I think they want to take it back to its classic look. And that other little dicky portico and the garage just simply don't match the building. And it's actually a quite nice building. So and they're doing a lot of landscaping and whatnot. I think the idea is that, and they might not even add that porch. I'll tell you that right now, because what they were talking about is if after they remove the building and they see what the space is like, they might simply just put a landing at the door where that comes out of the building now, and not put a porch there. But again, that's something that you guys, if you approve this at the meeting, I guess they can either do that or not. It's up to you.
Just make sure you bring a list of materials, or submit a list of materials for everything relating to the porch if you want to apply the porch as well. So at least it's covered.
Does that mean just structural material or the railings or everything?
Yeah, visual materials. I mean, we don't care about what's inside of it, but
Okay.
Roofing, railings.
I think they'll I'm sure if they did this, they would try to match the style of the house with the right now they're kind of 1890s 1910 columns, and it'd be much better with posts that have capitals. And
Yeah, just list what it is, and then if you have to come back and make changes.
yeah, great. All right, folks, you have any questions? Have I missed anything?
It looks good.
Great. I'll see you at the next meeting, and I'll try to get all that stuff for you.
Thanks.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Anything else, Pete? Any other pre-apps?
Yeah, it looks like somebody's in the audience.
See anyone raising a hand?
Bonnie, I'm always here. I'm just watching.
Oh, you're always here?
Yeah, you don't ever look at the audience, I guess.
No, I don't know. I've never seen you there.
All right.
Huh.
Yeah, I a long time ago expressed an interest in being one of your commissioners. So I don't know if it's more fun to watch this way and not have to make decisions. So
We had openings. That's weird.
you may in the future. So
All right, I guess we'll go to public communications. Any? Peter, Linda?
Nope, none to report right now.
Approval of the minutes, was that the next item, I think?
Correct, yep.
I make a motion, we approve the minutes of, I believe it's July 20, 2021.
I'll second it.
All in favor,
You gotta do the roll call, Eric.
even for this?
Yeah.
All right, Brady,
Aye.
Goodman, aye. Nault,
Aye.
Levinson,
Aye.
minutes are approved. What else? What's last?
Old business.
Any old business? Oh, I do have a comment. I was going to put together that list of stuff relating to the zoning changes. But they haven't sent out the minutes from their meeting. So I just want to see if there's anything that comes out in that would be worth putting into it. And then I'll circulate it out for Peter, and you guys can take a look, hopefully before the next meeting. But their minutes aren't done yet. So
What are you talking about? Which minutes?
The planning and zoning changes, zoning
Oh,
amendment.
okay. Yeah, that would be awesome.
Hey, Linda, who does those minutes? Or Peter?
So someone in the clerical area, it's either Deb Galad or Debbie Schaffler. I'm not sure who was at that meeting.
Got it.
It could be Deb Galad just because they took effect in 2019. So I'm pretty sure that's Deb Galad who does the minutes.
No, I'm just looking for the minutes from the last meeting.
Oh, the last meeting.
Where they approved it. So if there was any comments relating to anything
Oh.
that they approved in the HTC, I was going to incorporate it into my list of observations. But they haven't posted last meeting's minutes.
Gotcha.
So
Oh,
maybe-
minor.
I was gonna say, maybe Linda, if you see one of them, you could just make mention of it. And I mean, maybe they haven't posted it on purpose or by accident or what.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I'll mention it to him.
That's it.
What's this other item here, the number
Yeah.
1?
Oh, did we ever get a list of materials from her? From Chelsea Leonard for the sign that I painted by hand.
She has still not submitted anything to us.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll just wait until she does. That's all I got. Anyone
I
else?
make a motion to adjourn.
I approve.
No new business? I guess not.
All right. I asked, do we have anything, Peter? Linda? No?
No?
All right. Thanks for bearing with me.
Very good job, Eric.
Thank you. All right. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Good night, everyone.